to illustrate what more stem cells in the body can do. And I'm going to choose health problems for which today in medicine we don't have real treatments. So it's just to really illustrate the strong regenerative power of stem cells. Again, this is not about Revitablu. This is what you can find in the scientific literature. And it touches a concept, when I talk about all of this to scientists, the whole lecture is about the concept of endogenous stem cell mobilization, which means the release of your own stem cells. So let me put that just in the context, because I just want to tie this information to what you may already have read, either on the internet, and newspaper, what you may have heard on TV. When we talk about stem cell treatment, we talk about the extraction of stem cells from a source, which can be an umbilical cord, blood, fat tissue, dental pulp. There are many sources of stem cells. Most of them are not, you don't get enough stem cells, so scientists have developed a protocol to multiply these stem cells so that we can give you a really good injection, and then we inject these stem cells into your blood or at the entrance of a tissue, still in the blood, but at the entrance of a tissue. So if you look at this whole concept, this whole process here, what I want you to see is that the stem cells are in the blood to begin with. By injecting them, what we do is that we increase the number of stem cells in circulation through an injection. So it begs the question, with everything that we've talked about before, since we already release our own stem cells, it's a normal function of the body, what about if we simply increase the number of stem cells in circulation, not through an injection, but by supporting this natural process in the body? That's what we're talking about. First, with the heart. Here's a study done by the National Institutes of Health in America, where scientists stopped the blood flow to the heart, so triggered heart attack, then separated the mice into two groups. One group is control, and the other group, they inject these compounds that are known to trigger the release of stem cells from the bone marrow. So the experimental group had lots more stem cells in circulation during 8 to 10 days. When they looked at the animal 27 days later, in the control group, you see very significant scar tissue in the ventricular wall, no new blood vessels, 17% survival, and poor cardiovascular health. Now look at the membrane here. In the experimental group, you have renewal of the ventricular wall, functional new blood vessels tapping in the other ventricules, 73% survival, and normalized cardiovascular function. Now in a world where there's nothing that we can do to recover from a heart attack, here's a study published in 2001 showing the very, very extensive tissue repair if you simply put more stem cells in circulation. That study, with that protocol in mice, if we do this in humans, it can have very significant side effects, not because of stem cells, but because of the compounds that are used to trigger the stem cell release from the bone marrow. They tend to trigger platelet aggregation, so it would be like saying, well, to help you from your heart attack, we'll give you a stroke. Not a great marketing message. So it's not yet used, but if we do this process shorter, 3-4 days, which is safe, we get results that are not, we get benefits, but they're just not as strong as these. But I use that study nevertheless to really show that if you do put more stem cells in circulation, the body has the biology, it has the machinery to use these stem cells for tissue repair. So it's only one example. There are other studies that have shown various aspects, various benefits following heart attack. Here's one on diabetes. Not a study, but the whole explanation of what stem cells can do for diabetes.